Last night at Target, something interesting happened. I witnessed two drivers almost hit each other. And instead of working it out, they just stood there yelling at each other. And as I watched, I realized people often forget this very important thing, and that is we're all made in the image of God. The Bible talks about something called the Imago Dei, which means image of God. And today we're looking at question number 4 in the catechism, which is how and why did God create us? The answer is God created mankind in his own image. He made them male and female that we might live for him, love him, and glorify him. We see this in verses like Genesis 1:27, which says, God created mankind in his image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. While the world might try to confuse us on who we are, saying things like there's 72 genders and counting, God's way is clear and simple. He created us in his own image to glorify him, or to show how awesome he is. You guys have probably heard me say this before, but think of it like when I say something is heavy. I use this word when something really matters, like when a friend loses their job or achieves something amazing. When something has weight, it deserves attention. God deserves all of our attention and our devotion fully. To glorify God means to point at him and say, hey, look at how heavy God is. Look at how weighty his glory is upon us. All of this matters in everyday life for at least 4 reasons. Every person you meet reflects the image of God, from the mailman to the waiter to the president to your boss to a teacher. Everyone you come into contact with has a glimpse of the likeness of God upon them. The second reason is you'll treat others better, even if they're unkind. Let's face it, there's going to be times where you're unfairly picked on, where people don't see the image of God on you, and so they mistreat you. And the question is, how would you treat something that an artist made? Say you go and see the Mona Lisa, and for some odd reason they let you hold it. How would you hold it? Probably with gloves. You'd probably hold your breath. And that's because you know that a small image of the creator is on this piece of painting, and that's what makes it so beautiful. We have to have that same thing in mind if we're going to have the self-control not to unleash anger towards others. When we see people who are mistreating us, we can take a deep breath, not run to our emotions and blow up, but we can say, okay, this person is an image bearer. They aren't really acting like it. They aren't treating me kindly, but I can practice self-control back towards them because they are something or someone whom God has created. His image, his artwork is on them. So let me take a deep breath and treat them likewise. Number 3 is you'll respect yourself more and make healthier choices. When you're thinking about the fact that you've been made in the image of God, that changes how you feel about exercise, how you feel about the kind of food and ingredients that you put into your body. If you turn a package over and you're about to eat it, and as you're unwrapping the wrapper, you read some words that you can't understand, don't eat them. Words you can't pronounce, don't eat them. Eat real food, eat real ingredients, and take just 10 minutes, 30 minutes is recommended by doctors, but if you can just take 10 minutes a day to exercise or go for a walk and take care of yourself, all that becomes easier when you realize, wow, I've been made in the image of God. You also will want to spend more time with God and read his word. You'll want to consume the things that are good for you, not just physically, but spiritually as well. When you walk around from day to day, remembering that you have been made in the image of God, that Jesus, who is the perfect, the visible image of the invisible God, came down here and died and took your place on the cross, not just a physical torture, not just a physical punishment, but a spiritual punishment of the wrath of God poured out on him so you could be saved, so you could have that image restored. Because let's face it, the image of God on us is broken because of sin. And Jesus was broken. His body was broken so that the image of God that was broken on you could be fixed, could be restored, could be redeemed. When all of that gospel power, flows into your brain, these 4 things become easy. Because you see, look at the lengths that God went to go through in order to save me, in order to restore the image of God that sin had broken upon my life. Understanding how and why God created us changes everything about our life. So I pray that you would think deeply upon this week. Thanks for joining me. Visit amenpodcast.com to support this show. And with that said, I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Go out and be the church.